Hi, Scorpio. It's Mary with Sayre, Seer. This is your June 16th through the 30th reading, 2020. Thanks for stopping by. This is a 5-card spread. I picked the 5-card spread because 5 is about chaos, change, and challenges. So we have the devil on the bottom of the deck. I saw him quite a bit when I was shuffling. Devil is about what keeps us chained, It's could be really about work, a lot of work. Obsession, anything like that, of course, It could be a Capricorn too. But it feels, it's some kind of darkness, something that we can feel, okay? That's the way it's coming through right now, Each reading is different, each card, not only in context of the reading, the moment, the reader, but in the information that's coming through. We're just setting that on the side to see how it reflects in your reading. I don't know if I said thanks for stopping by, Sayre, Seer. Appreciate you. Likes and shares. Those who have donated booked readings with me and checked out my social media, my 4 different platforms I have jewelry on, and my own website too. First card is going to be the present situation. I have the Hierophant reverse. So the Hierophant reverse, they're shiny cards. They have Aurora Borealis on it, see? Hierophant reverse. Well, that's a 5. 5 is about chaos, conflict, and change, right? Challenge. Out of balance. So it also means marriage. It also means structure, like man structure, even though it's a priest, right? It's like a high priest. When it's reversed, it's not listening to one's spiritual guidance, but it's also our established structures, religion, financial system, marriage, things that within the boundaries that are typically kept by society, tradition. It's breaking all that, being out of bounds, breaking tradition, breaking religion, breaking. So it could be breaking down, but it also can be a breaking through. Breaking free of this energy, right? Possibly. Because anywhere because this energy here can be anywhere. Any structure, no matter how, if it was made for good or made to be beneficial, it can still be turned. Anything can be turned. Anything can be infiltrated with energy that does not serve others or serve ourselves, right? Those are part of our lessons. Now, next card is going to be the past. And so I have the Emperor reversed. This is somebody with power that says, let me do it. Trust me, I'll do it right. And they have everything that they should have. They have the armor. They have the big throne. They have the power. But what happens with the Emperor's reverse is this person is distorted. Their energy, number one, is distorted. The idea is distorted. The plan is distorted. But it's also their power is distorted. It's misused. And it can mean many things to different people. But this is so distorted that they won't listen. There's no change. They have an agenda, and it's almost are unmovable. So it may be at the time realizing this. Hierophant is a card of Taurus. Emperor is a card of Aries. Doesn't have to be. But it's that energy, both of those energies reversed, okay? So where Taurus would be loyal and faithful, this is not faithful, not loyal, and not nurturing, not a situation that has any kind of nurturing going on. The Emperor, where Aries would be the create a swift and creative energy of blazing trails and building new things. This is tearing down of them in the name of creation, but it's not. It's a lie. It's a misuse of trust, the trust that was given to this powerful entity. Okay, whether it's a system or whether it's religion, anything, government, or an individual. So the third card, either I'm going slow for some reason, so you can breathe it in. I don't know why, but the third card is the hidden. What is hidden? Is the Chariot. And this is upright, so why would this be hidden? So if we're in a place where we see the injustice, see the distortion, well, maybe there might be somebody making a plan to get out of Dodge. And they're doing this for their own good. They're doing this because they want the best for themselves, because they want to move towards something they want. Now, the Chariot is a card of Chariot. It's a card of Cancer. So it's like getting, knowing exactly where we're going to pack our bags and our plan once we have the opportunity. That's what's being hidden. But it's positive. It's not like it's a deceptive energy. So. Okay, so I think somebody here, and they're having me go back. I was going to go to the next card, but somebody here realizes that this is needed, this uncovering of the other energies, misuse of power, the out of bounds. And they're no longer following rules that are distorted, right? Energies that are distorted. And the positive thing out of this is the ability to say, change is needed here. And Scorpio somebody here willing to, okay, I can start again. I can move. I can start making my plans. So it's something positive coming out of a double negative type of thing, okay? So the fourth card is emerging energies, emerging influences. The emerging influences is deciding that we don't no longer want to feel like we're in the outcast, we're the outsiders, like we don't belong. That because, there's something about I got to get away from this. I don't care if other people think I should be here. I don't care if it makes me look like I'm on the outside. Because while you or somebody was in this, whoever we're talking about here, you always were on the outside anyway, so what does it matter? It's like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I haven't belonged here. And I felt this the whole time. It was like compromising oneself for this. Whether this is fear of change, fear of being on your own, or being in having made a commitment to somebody and not wanting to break the commitment. But look who we're tied to here. You're not even tied to the person you committed to. You're tied to something else that's bigger than them, that is out of control. You're maybe tied to a very big distorted energy. And it's an energy that's never satisfied. And there's this feeling of, you already feel that one may already feel desolate and weak. And it's time to make a change, however that looks for you. Last card in this 5-card spread is a synthesis and the bigger picture. So the bigger picture is, this is an unhappy situation and it's time to do something. There's no success here. There's no abundance here. Not when there's energy that's taking everything. It's just taking everything. 10 is the end of the cycle. Ten of Cups reverse is, cups are about happiness and love, but there's nothing left here. And this, I feel this sadness. I feel this I want to honor somebody's feelings here, somebody's sadness, and seeing things for what they are, having to face the truth of somebody's situation here. I want to honor you for being able to do that, whoever this is. It's a difficult place, but it's a place where one can make a decision. So it's an important place. It is a place of it's like the catalyst. It's like where you can pivot now. Now that one realizes there's no hope and no structure. I mean, the structure that are there it's just so distorted. There's not really anything there. It's just crooked. I don't know where these words are coming from. I honor your ability to see where the truth is right now. And it's a place of empowerment, even though, I mean, you've been here for a long time. There's more hope in where you will be going and what is hidden right now. But it's starting to, if you're not here yet and looking at how can I change this? I have to get, if you're thinking about getting away, movement, making some kind of movement. If you haven't seen this yet, it's starting to come through. It's starting to be a place of hope, okay? It's self-preservation, starting to get your emotions balanced again. And it's like it's starting to take your power back. So let's talk about the plan or the path. The enchanted map. Oh. And I'm moving slowly because it's like there's a need to be extremely careful here. There's a need to be calm. Because somebody's watching. They're watching. That's why this plan is hidden, right? They've been watching for a long time. They are suspicious, so you should know that. So this is your confirmation that you can't move the mountain. So when we can't move the mountain, we can't go through the mountain. We'll only be trapped inside of it. It's bigger than us. That it may be time to consider going around it. Like the water, you are Scorpio. We have the ability to, I don't know, there's something about placate it as you go by. I don't know who that's for. It's like, it's okay as you leave. I don't know. It's like, as you go by. Like how water runs around a mountain and eventually makes a trench as it caresses the mountain. But it's the way with grace and ease that we move around something. And so this may be easier than you imagine it could be. Because the mountain, the object, whatever, call it the mountain, the person, the situation, it's dead. See, this mountain is just this hollow. His mouth is open. Can you see that? It's hollow. And there's secrets there because the moon's on it. There's always secrets with the moon. This is dead inside. This is dead. So, let's see what the angels and ancestors have, what kind of advice that they have for you. It could be your higher self also. I just did Virgo, and they had a bunch of cards like this. They had a few similar cards. I don't know if your family member or your children, maybe one of them may be a Virgo. So I have the great teacher, learn from spiritual experience. You know, if you wonder why you were being, I don't want to say attacked, but why you were being targeted, singled out, is because of the light that shines within you. And it really, because there's something about this hidden energy, this distorted energy that knows that all you need to do is flip the switch on, that they are that vulnerable. Because they're hollow, you see. And it's an illusion. The power is an illusion. That is something that's really important for you to know. That this energy, this situation has been a great teacher to you. But as the great student, you become the great teacher if you can use this to benefit your life and others. So the dove is about peace. This person is like, keep picking it back up because they have me go back to it. This person is like, it's like Jesus. It's like understanding what it's like to be treated this way so we don't do this to others. Understanding how this energy is very controlling because it has no substance within. That this is a situation that's really hollow of love, hollow of true direction. That this is an energy that may have just been, something may have been attached to it. It's kind of hard to explain. I can only explain things a certain way. But if there has been attachment and something that doesn't make sense, it may be for the distortion alone. And that does not serve you. That's not who you are. So, the great teacher right here may be the distortion. So you don't have to have this lesson again, because sometimes we have to experience many things, don't we? This is a card of peace. This is the Peacekeeper card. Okay, got chills yet? Okay, when the white buffalo comes, this is Native American. It's like a proverb or a myth or some kind of story, legend. Okay, legend probably the word I want to use. When the white buffalo comes back to the plains, then peace returns. We must be able to find it, get it for ourselves, so we can have it around us. It doesn't come from somebody giving it to us. It's something we must demand. We must go toward. We must know that it's possible, available, and that we're worthy of true peace. That's going to mean different things to different people. Also want you to look at the stick in her hand. It's a peace pipe, but it also reminds me of peace pipe contracts. That may be time for a new contract, a contract of peace, a contract of wisdom. Okay. Next card, the Mirror Guardian. So as you're being hard on yourself, and feeling like, I can't believe I put myself through this, or my children, or A, B, and C, right? Consider where you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, depending on your age. And look how far you've come. Okay? That we don't become the wise ones. We don't become the great teacher and the great student without the lessons. The more difficult the lessons, the greater we become, the better we become. We embrace them and integrate them. Okay? Take time to reflect on how this has made you a better person. Now that you've reflected, now that you've found your peace and embracing the walking in peace, that you're learning from spiritual experience as you become more of the teacher, as you move around the mountain, as you recognize the distorted energy and make your plan of movement, of forward movement. As you release yourself from the shackles that have bound you, you get to unleash the wild within. So, Scorpio, what does Scorpio love? It's time to find that out. And don't be afraid of yourself, because you're trustworthy. You know what it's like to have had distorted energy on you. So you will use this wisely. So there's something about not to be afraid of who you are. Okay? So we'll do one more card. You know, it's like the old saying, how do we know peace without chaos? How do we know love without fear? Because, you know, on the other side of love may be fear, right? We could say it's hate, but I don't think it is. I think it's fear. I think the reasons why we hate something is because we're afraid of it, because it can control us, and we don't feel like we can manage that, whatever it is. But let me know what you think. So now that we've gone through all of this, it's time to take action. I want you to reflect on the two wolves here. And there's a man and woman. It's like embracing both sides of ourselves and going back to basic things, going back to the earth, going back to, maybe you have a pet. Maybe you're thinking about buying a dog. That's just a sideline, you know. But it's something about going back to who you were in the past, that, like the person that you left behind. This is somebody that, there's a lot of earth and like past life stuff coming through. I think that maybe you might want to consider that there's knowledge from your ancestors that are trying to bring to you. So there's a lot of different like time periods here, you see. We have like the more Jesus time. Okay. It could be a different culture, but that's what it reminds me of. We have the mountain. So this feels like Celtic, right? This feels like she has a world here. This feels like a fairy, like another realm, right? This feels like another time. This feels like Native American culture, indigenous. This feels like wild, like mythology, you know, like werewolves and stuff like that. How people would turn shapeshift, and the wild would be released. The there's some wild that's part of you that it's like it feels fearful. That's not what this card usually says, but that's what is coming through. The moment if you're afraid of how you're going to treat others or behave, you already know the answer. Don't make an excuse for that, okay? But you don't have to fear that because it's part of who you are. If you don't embrace the wild side, then how can you even control it, acknowledge it, and enjoy it? It's there for a reason. But don't become what you're left. Don't do to others what they did to you, right? But it's time to take action. And that would mean something different to everyone. But it's time for you to return back to who you truly are. I like it. Scorpio. Scorpio is such a powerful, powerful sign. So powerful. And Scorpio has such a beautiful heart. They don't even know it. You don't even know it. Love you, Scorpio. Take care.